So I do want to talk about how do some people in this movement take Bible verses and apply them to America. I'll give you an example. 2 Chronicles 7:14. I've heard this a lot. So it says, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins, and this is the big one, will heal their land." And I have heard people use this as, this. If America does this, if America hears the voice of God, they pray, then God's making a promise to us Americans that He will heal our land. And when you think of healing our land, you think, well, yeah, our land needs healed. Look how terrible it is. And so you can see how tempting it is to make that verse a verse where God is speaking directly to America. Is that a good way to look at that verse?
Well, one of the first lessons of right interpretation of the Bible is to look at things in their context. And in the context of that book, and then in the wider context of the Old Testament, that is addressed to the nation of Israel. My people was the nation of Israel, which God had entered into a covenant with.
Who are called by my name.
Yes. So that, Genesis or Exodus 19 is really the root there in the Mosaic, the founding of the Mosaic covenant, the establishing of the Mosaic covenant, where God called them my people, and they would call him, you would say to me, "You're my God." So it's looking back to that covenant, and that covenant had specific land promises, and it had blessings for obedience to that covenant, and it had curses for disobedience to that covenant. And we as Christians are under the new covenant, and my people is no longer limited to a nation. My people is the multi-ethnic church. And so the promises and the blessings and the curses of the Mosaic covenant are not enforced for God's new covenant people. We're under a different covenant, a completely different covenant arrangement.